Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am super excited you're joining me today because we are looking at something genuinely fascinating. We're breaking down a creative blueprint. Specifically, it's a source prompt answering a very clear creative brief. Kalpish, hair art, romantic video banana hai, completely in Hindi. So, what we have here is literally a masterclass in blending romantic cinematic aesthetics with a premium grooming experience, and it pulls the whole thing off in just 35 seconds of screen time. It's an absolutely perfect example of how visual storytelling can totally elevate a brand from just a service provider to a full-blown transformative experience. We're going to deconstruct exactly how this prompt builds its world, frame by frame, and why it's just so incredibly effective. Not just hair, your entire personality changes. Now, this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of this entire video concept. This is your hook. Imagine this flashing right at the start of a video. It immediately tells you, hey, we aren't just talking about a quick trim or shave here. No way. We're talking about a full-on emotional and physical transformation. It sets a massive expectation right out of the gate, tapping into that universal desire we all have to just reinvent ourselves, to step out feeling like $1,000,000. Plus, those fire and scissor emojis, they add this modern, punchy energy that basically screams, we are a contemporary, stylish brand.
Section 1. The magic of a cinematic beginning. A filmy entry.
To actually visualize that transformation, you have to look at the incredibly specific sensory details the prompt demands. Scene 1 asks for a post-rain morning. Think about what that represents psychologically. It implies a totally fresh start, a clean slate, everything washed clean. Then, boom, we add golden light, which instantly provides this warm, romantic, highly cinematic atmosphere. Finally, we get the slow-motion entry of our stylish avatar, walking confidently toward Kalpesh hair art. Before a single hair is even touched, the video has built a completely aspirational world. You aren't just watching some random customer, you're watching a protagonist step right into their hero moment.
And man, it all happens so fast. Just look at the pacing of this 35-second blueprint. From 0 to 12 seconds, we get that powerful hook and the stylish entry we were just talking about. Then, right at second 12, the narrative completely shifts gears into showcasing the premium service and the actual craft. And then from second 28 to the end, the focus expands outward to reveal the luxurious ambiance at the salon itself. It's this rapid, perfectly structured flow that seamlessly moves you from an emotional hook straight to logical proof of skill and finally to a confirming vibe, all without ever losing your attention.
The crazy part is how this pacing is supported by technical choices. The source material is super specific about camera and lighting. When they want that filmy, romantic look at the very beginning, they explicitly mandate slow motion and golden light. It stretches time. It makes the subject look downright heroic. But notice the shift. When they want to establish the premium salon ambiance during the actual grooming, they switch to soft light. Why? Because soft light is flattering. It feels luxurious, clean, professional. And finally, to show the celebration of the change at the end, the prompt calls for a dynamic 360-degree camera pan. Literally every single technical choice is tied directly to the emotional effect they want you to feel. Section 2. The premium grooming experience, precision and skill. Because let's be honest, as amazing as a romantic entry is, if the core service doesn't look professional, the whole illusion totally shatters. This little micro-narrative of Scene 2 is built completely around building trust. Step 1, the avatar welcomes the customer with a warm smile. It instantly establishes this hospitable, inviting environment. Step 2 is the professional haircut. But Step 3 is where the cinematic magic kicks back in with extreme close-ups of the scissors and trimmers. Why focus on the tools? Because close-ups communicate precision. They force you to look at the sharp edge of the blade, the careful movement of the stylist's hands. It visually proves the professional care and personalized touch that Kalpesh hair art offers. It tells your brain, okay, these people know exactly what they're doing. And they really do a lot. The next scene demands a montage of comprehensive services. We are not just talking about a quick fade here. The prompt lists a stylish haircut, stylish shaving, hair color, bleach, makeup, a face massage, and a head massage. By energetically firing off all these specific treatments in rapid cinematic succession, the video communicates that this is a total, all-in-one grooming destination. It's basically a complete physical overhaul available right under one roof. Which leads us to this vital definition drawn straight from the source. What exactly is a premium salon ambiance in this blueprint? Well, it's defined as an experience where soft light and slow motion make every service feel special. It bridges the gap between the physical act of getting a haircut and the emotional comfort they're providing to the customer. It is not just about hair falling on the floor, right? It's about the feeling of being pampered, highlighted by those deliberate, cinematic choices we were just geeking out over.
Section 3. Transformation and New Confidence. Your new avatar.
We've seen the romantic setup and the precise skills, which brings us right to the big emotional payoff. The customer looks in the mirror and smiles at their new look. It's the classic makeover reveal, a trope used basically because it works perfectly every single time. It's where the physical grooming translates into a massive, visible boost of inner swagger. But the prompt adds this brilliant little touch: the customer and the avatar high five. This completely breaks down the stiff, formal barrier between service provider and client. It makes it a shared victory, a true partnership. It creates a deeply relatable, triumphant moment of pure satisfaction that anyone watching can instantly connect with.
And how is this triumphant moment actually captured? With that 360-degree camera pan we touched on earlier, this number is absolutely vital. The camera doesn't just look at the customer, it revolves completely around them. This dynamic shot physically surrounds you with the customer's newfound confidence. It visually represents a complete turnaround, literally a 360-degree change in their persona. It places the transformed individual at the absolute center of their own universe for that brief cinematic moment. Section 4. Luxurious ambiance and music, the final impact.
We've seen the transformation, but to really seal the deal, the video has to leave a lasting impression of absolute quality. Notice the deliberate contrast and harmony between the visual and audio elements here. Visually, the prompt focuses on a luxurious interior, modern chairs, a spotlessly clean environment, a total visual confirmation of professional service. It grounds all that cinematic fantasy into a real, high-quality physical space. But then, listen to the audio instructions: a trendy, romantic beat mixed with cinematic instrumentals and a soft electric guitar. The clean, modern visuals assure your logical brain that the place is top-notch, while that romantic, trendy music keeps your emotional brain fully engaged. It's a perfect harmony of the senses, designed to make you feel something, not just see something.
Section 5. Your own new style. Visit today.
Bringing it all home, the final section is where the cinematic narrative lands back in reality. It's the call to action. The video concludes with the Kalpesh hair art logo glowing on screen. A glowing logo isn't just a signature, it's a beacon. It's paired with the ending text, "Come today and get your new style." The prompt explicitly lists out all those stylish services again: the cuts, the colors, the massages, reinforcing the value proposition one last time. It flawlessly transitions the viewer from watching a cinematic dream of a romantic transformation, right, into realizing they can actually book this exact experience for themselves. And that brings us to our final thought for today. This entire blueprint shows us that a haircut is never just a haircut when it's presented through the right lens. It's a statement, it's a total renewal. So looking at the journey we just took, the romantic lighting, the precise care, that triumphant mirror moment, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question straight from the core philosophy of Kalpesh hair art. Are you ready to transform your personality? Think about it. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.